The cup of life was poisoned forever, and although the sun shone upon me as upon the happy and gay of heart, I saw around me nothing but a dense and frightful darkness, penetrated by no light but the glimmer of two eyes that Okay, that's not quite accurate. What is good, YouTube? My name is George. Welcome to another episode of School's Out. So I'm gonna attempt to get real with you in this video, kind of talk about where I'm at in life and why it's actually been quite a bit harder than I expected it to be. So for some context, if you are new or relatively new, I graduated from college in May 2019, so about 5 months now, and I jammed my finger skating yesterday. It's been quite a drastic transition going from being a college student to being especially self-employed, since I just have total freedom over every single day of my life. Well, yeah. The reason I wanted to talk about this stuff, because I feel like as a YouTuber, I think the way to be the most inspirational and the most compelling and relatable is to just say how things are, which includes, you know, talking about the hard parts of life and this job as a YouTuber, being self-employed and whatnot. Before I get carried away in the discussion, so one, I'm really excited to be growing this fall beard. I'm thinking about it, and I don't actually think I've given it more than a full month, so I have no idea what my face is capable of. I think this is more than it's ever grown before. We'll see how it goes. In addition to a more serious discussion, there's also going to be a Frankenstein video where I put various pieces together. So literally just this footage is always just eating away at my subconscious, giving me stress, and I'm just always like, oh, like I'm reminded of that footage, and I'm like, what video is that gonna go in? So I'm gonna put all of that right here. Apologies for the disorganization on my part. I'm trying to like not do that anymore, like get on that weekly video schedule where everything I filmed that week goes to that video, so I don't have to have that problem anymore. As always, there are timestamps in the pinned comments, so whenever you want to skip, if you want to go straight to the discussion, I will not be offended.
I know it's been something new. I got used to you. You got used to me. It's been something.
How many subscribers you got?
How many you think I got based on my vibe?
5,000.
I got 150,000.
How long?
You want to be in my video? How you doing, bro?
Good. We're at Transit Park.
This is
Just
perfect.
Skating around. I can't skate, but if I do, I'm gonna break my leg.
You gotta start skating.
Well, you see,
He's got a scooter.
yeah, I got a scooter. Raise a scooter.
We got Danny in the house as well. How you doing? Alright, so I finally made it to this new skate park in Brooklyn. It's called Transit Tech Skate Park. What's up?
Beep beep.
If you didn't know, Brooklyn is bigger than you think. I took my boosted board over here. I actually haven't mentioned on YouTube that I got this thing, but starting to get used to it. Took it about 6.5 miles to get to this skate park. First impression of this park, absolutely stellar job for such a small space. Everything feels very, very compact. Like it's a good training park. Like the down rails are extremely tiny. I could definitely see a situation where you start getting used to the small size of things here, and then the other skate parks in New York City feel ginormous. But anyways, we are going to enjoy this session here. It was nice and chilly this morning, getting super stoked for fall. Fall is here. Gotta get the warm up. Or not.
Oh my gosh, dude. That was so close.
That was really bad.
Dude, I just tried to pick up my board like 6 times and I couldn't get it.
All right, mindset adjustment. So For now, I've been thinking about it like a back disaster where I throw in a kickflip, but I just connected to when I used to kickflip back lip on a little flat bar, and I'm actually gonna come at more of an angle and kind of think about that, like more kickflip back lip, see how it goes.
Oh, I don't want to do that though. Oh my god, what was that? Wow, tail.
Now I'm scared of like committing to the back lip and landing in the ramp and shooting up.
What?
Oh! It was fine.
That might be the worst that can happen.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
I can be anticipating the end of you. And there's a place I can go, there's a place I can go. I'm feeling.
Why does this always happen to me?
There's a place I can go, I can go. And there's a place I can.
What foot is even on it? Where's your hand on it? Like on the nose? You're like this?
Yeah.
Oh
I
hell
would
no.
start on flat.
And there's a place I can go, there's a place I can go.
Alright, that was a brand new one, the kickflip back D, and another brand new one, the beam plant to tail that I see a lot of people doing. That one wasn't that hard. And a kind of new one, the backside boneless. And so what worked for me with the kickflip back D is actually changed the foot positioning of my back foot. So to back D, I set my foot up like super over the tail so that I can scoop it in. But actually I kind of pointed my foot more in a quick pop position. When I started doing that on some of the attempts, I actually heard the snap of the pop and the kickflip actually worked well. And then we got one, pretty stoked on that. Yes. To give you guys a feeling of how little this skate park is, I almost feel like I'm at a fingerboard park. Like technically this is a 4-stair, but these are the littlest steps ever. Like it's just tiny. And it almost even looks like a 4-block on camera, but it's just super small. I mean, the rail is at the height of my knees, and you know, if you're walking down, you can't even reach this thing. So it's not really to scale of a real handrail, but certainly some fun.
Damn, it's in the zone, dude.
Yeah, it's
Not the good
wall,
kind of zone.
The wall redirects it to your camera. I'm pretty sure those kids moved my camera, so it's a good thing I checked. Still on. Yeah, I mean, I won't let it fall.
You still gotta try back lip though, right?
I don't know, that one's more scary.
Don't worry about it, buddy. Just be careful, okay?
Yeah.
First back lip ever down anything. I am stoked. Ah! Yes! Kid is mad savage. Alright, one and done, trade a flat. Oh, I did a late flip.
There we go!
Oh, what the? Yeah, it looked like you knew what you were doing. Alright, one and done, trade a flat. I'm too tired to do it right. Last try. I threw back and play.
Got it. We got it.
Hey man, would you mind if I put you in my YouTube video real quick? So I want to say I really appreciate all the hype and energy. It really helped me land it.
No problem. I like to see your tenacity, man. So
Appreciate that.
Quitters never win.
There you go.
Winners never quit.
There you go. Words of wisdom right there. All right. Got that tray flip. This camera died, but got it on the iPhone. Had some help from the crowd. Good vibe over here. Having a super fun sesh at this new skate park. Really glad it exists. I don't want to sound like I was complaining about how everything is small. It actually makes it really fun and enables you to progress and try things. All right, Danny. What's your quick review of the skate park?
I feel like it has like it's really good for beginners, but it also is like really good to like learn like cool tricks and like new tricks.
Actually, just looking around it, it really does feel like New York. There's all these things that are pretty hard to skate, like this sea ledge and this bank to wall.
Even that tall thing there.
Right. There's a lot of beginner elements, but I mean, yeah, I had a blast.
Honestly, yeah, this might be like one of my favorite parks that I've ever been to. Definitely, for sure.
Where do I begin? So first I want to say that I am extremely grateful to have this job of being a YouTuber. It's insane. And actually the moments I'm spending focusing on skateboarding and my work, those are actually some of the best moments. I think that after graduation I went into a bit of a state of shock or disbelief, and maybe now that the temperature is finally dropping and I'm not going back to school, maybe that's why that period of shock has worn off, where now I really get to feel what it's like to not go back to school and process my new position in life, which is being a self-employed adult for the first time. And okay, I'm gonna try to organize this discussion into categories because I don't know how to get started otherwise. And I'm gonna start out with, I guess, loneliness. I have been feeling a little bit lonely lately. To re-emphasize, I actually feel amazing while I'm out skateboarding, but you know, previously I had been used to working in public spaces at school where literally my best friends are passing by, you know, all the time, and going into classrooms filled with my peers and having discussions, and you know, every weekend everyone was so motivated to have a good time together and hang out and party. You know, now I'm living in New York City. This is not where I grew up, so I'm not with those great friends I made in high school. I do have a few of my good friends from college here, and we have been hanging out, and that has been truly amazing, but it's a drastic decrease in socialization. Like, I don't really want a normal job. You spend so much time doing nothing, and that just pisses me off. So like, I love doing my own thing, but I do kind of envy that work environment where you get to basically be surrounded by coworkers. Just the nature of this job. You know, when I'm not out at the skate park, I'm by myself for a long time, just working on editing. I have been working in Starbucks a little more, and that actually does bring up my mood some more because there's always other people on their laptops working. This discussion shouldn't be too depressing. It's more like why I'm having a hard time, but also the ways I'm trying to fix this, because the way I see life is there is always a way to fix the problem. You just gotta want to fix it, and you gotta try hard enough. Another thing I've been trying to do is like message maybe one New York City entrepreneur or influencer, whatever, somebody interested in the same things as me. Message them once a week. At least I'll have people that I have met that can maybe be my friends, and we could talk about the similar work that we do, etc. I also know that personally, it takes me a while to adjust to new life situations. I mean, when I showed up freshman year, I had a really hard time for probably the first few months, and that changed because over time I made friends, I got used to it. So on a similar note, I'll call this subject, I guess, work-life balance. So here's the way I see it. Back in school, I think work for me was academic life. And I think a lot of my free time was actually spent doing what I love, which is skateboarding with my friends and making videos. So now what I did in my free time, that is work. And so I almost feel like since my passions have taken up that work time slot, it's like the personal time slot in my life is just a jumble of confusion. And particularly on weekends, this has been a little bit weird for me. It's like I kind of will wake up and just feel mushy and like not know what to do, since it's kind of a time to take a break, but I don't really know what else to do other than like go skate and make a video. I mean, I do take a lot of time just skating for myself. That is always very refreshing, where I'll go to the skate park with friends and not film a single thing. I do feel like things are like lacking. For one, I think in school I was very fulfilled in the sense that I was learning things that I felt like were important and were bettering myself. So I have been reading, like I'm reading Frankenstein right now, and it's awesome to have the time to focus on books, but something is left unfulfilled in me. Like I was thinking of starting a blog or maybe a podcast where I discuss literature with people. It just felt so good inside to have those class discussions to go to. Like I'm literally now that I've accepted my new place in life, I'm able to perceive like all these years ahead of me. And you know, there's no mandated anything, like there's no mandated class discussions to go to. I'll throw this thought out here. So if you didn't know, I've worked several jobs where I'm actually kind of a teacher or working with kids. So I've worked at 2 different summer technology camps where I was instructing kids how to code or make videos. I also worked as a counselor at Woodward, which was kind of a teaching job for skateboarding. And you know, those weren't the best jobs, and I was always like a little antsy about not having very much time to work on YouTube, but I did feel very fulfilled in a sense doing those jobs, because I think for me, teaching is very obviously valuable and meaningful, just like learning was for me as a student. And those go hand in hand. I think since I associate so much value with learning for myself, therefore if I can provide that learning experience to someone else, I also see that as valuable and fulfilling. So, you know, sometimes I'll walk by the schools and see the teachers and I can just feel like I vibe with their energy. You know, I wonder if I should be among them. I think the meaning is not as obvious to me. Like in college, you have, for some reason it's just so obviously meaningful where you're working towards graduation. And now it's like, what am I working towards? Like, it's like, am I here? Like, is this it? And do I just have to keep, you know, like I feel like if I had this internal motivation to be like the biggest YouTuber, then I would really every day just like be very excited about that. But yeah, I think just this like search for meaning. You know, I do see that I'm spreading a message of kind of being yourself and following your passions, even just teaching people how to skate. That's also the transfer of knowledge. But yeah, I mentioned just briefly some more about my relationship with New York City. So as I said, I am still with my family right now. I don't think it feels the best for me to be at home, because that's another feeling of like stagnation, I guess. And you know, at a certain point in life, you just feel this weight on you when you're living at home that I feel like if I had my own space, I might just feel a little bit more free and going through my day-to-day life, just knowing I'm totally on my own. I think I have some things to work on, and I think that's the way life goes. I think that transitions in life are not meant to be easy. They are challenges that you have to take head on, and you have to make difficult decisions and take difficult actions in order to build the life that you want for yourself, that makes you feel fulfilled. It's the way real life works. Gotta figure shit out. Let me know what's up with you guys, man. I would love to hear if my discussion spurred any thoughts. Leave it in the comments. I'll be hanging out with you guys down there for a while. Thank you for watching. Shred on. I'm gonna go skate. How are you not focusing right now? That was gnarly.